Hi, welcome. It's Tuesday night. I'm Chiquita L, the Life Engineer. How are you tonight? So, tonight, I just want to talk for a minute. Specifically, I want to talk tonight about purpose. On Sunday, we started talking about purpose killers. But it occurred to me that before we talk about purpose killers, we have to first ensure that your purpose is alive. That your purpose is living, and that you're living in your purpose. So on Sunday, we began talking about purpose, and we started talking about living in purpose. I want to talk for a little bit tonight because this is something that's near and dear to me. Ensuring that you live your best life ever. I want to see as many people as possible live their best lives ever. So here's a little confession. I know what it is to live with depression. I know what it is to live with guilt, to live with shame, to live and carry around bitterness, unforgiveness. I know what that life is like. And I know that that is not the life that God intended for you, that He intended for me. And I was able to be delivered and escape that life. And I want to see as many as possible escape that life. So I just want to talk for a little bit tonight about living in purpose. And until you discover your purpose in life, you're not truly living. I told you on Sunday that life is a matter of birth. Living is a matter of purpose. Until you come into your purpose, you're not truly living. So let's talk tonight about purpose killers, because there's so many things that are distracting, aborting, and literally murdering your purpose. But I want to talk to you tonight because I want to see you live out purpose, and I want to see you live your best life ever. So let's talk about a few things on tonight. Let's cover a few points on tonight, but I want to ask some questions tonight. So I never get to ask any questions when we're on here, but I do want to ask you some questions tonight. So when we talk about purpose and we talk about living your best life ever, let's cover a few things. So, do you know your purpose, first of all? Think about this. Of the 7 billion people in the world, only 25% of them, think about that for a minute, only 25% of them know their purpose. 25%. Think about that for a minute. There's 7 billion people on the earth. And only 25% of them know their purpose. But that literally means that only 1.75 billion people know what they were created for. Only 1.75 billion people know their why in life. A lot of people are running around, and some know what to do, some don't. Some are still trying to decide what I'm going to be or what I'm going to do when I grow up. But even of all of those that understand their what in life, this is what I do. Only 25% of them know their why. Why? Why are you here? Why were you born? Why were you created? Why were you destined to be here? So only 25% of those people know that. And that means the other 75% have no clue why they're here. And I know you're probably thinking, and so many have asked me, so Chiquita, how do I know my life's purpose? How do I know that? How do I figure that out? How do I determine that? And let me say this. It's important to me that you discover your life's purpose. And I know you're thinking, wow, why do you care? Why do I care? If you live out your life's purpose, because when you die with untapped purpose, you rob the world. You're robbing the rest of the world of that amazing gift, you, and all that you had to offer. And not just that, the other reason why I care is because people who know that their life has a greater purpose and who live out their purpose and live on purpose, they actually live longer than people who don't. They live 15 years longer, statistically, according to a study, than people who don't know their purpose. So not only do you rob the world of all your greatness, you also shorten your life. Why? Because without knowing your purpose, you don't have a reason to live. So I care because I want to see you live. Without knowing your purpose, you don't have anything to live for. But I want to see you live. I want to see you live your best life ever. And you simply cannot accomplish that outside of your purpose. So I want to see your life transformed. So I have a question tonight. Here's my question. If you were told today you only have 1 year to live and you're given $1 million to spend on any cause that you choose, what would you do? And then how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? What would you do? How do you want to be remembered? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to remember about your life? Because your life does matter. Your life does matter. And you were created for a purpose. So if you only had 1 year to live, what would you do? And you were given $1 million to spend on any cause, what would you do with that last year of your life? Would you live on purpose if you knew how much time you had left? And some of us are you're at a point in life where you got more yesterdays than you got tomorrows. So think about that. What will you do and how will you live the rest of your life? But if you knew today how much time you have, what would you do? How do you want to be remembered? What's going to be your legacy? What purpose are you going to be known for, remembered for? And then my second question is this. What are you waiting on to live? Very simple. What are you waiting on? Are you waiting to get married? You're waiting till I finish this degree. You're waiting until I have this amount in my savings account. I'm waiting till I buy a house. I'm waiting till I do this. I'm waiting till I do that. We spend so much time waiting to live. But think about all of the reasons that you have to live right now. So what are you waiting for? Stop waiting to live and start living out your purpose today. So I have a goal. And I started a little bit late tonight because I wanted to quickly change a couple of slides. So listen, I want to, before I leave the earth, I want to help 1 million people release purpose in their life. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. But I want to help 1 million people release purpose in their lives, discover their purpose, and then live in their purpose. And I know you're thinking, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to do it hour by hour, day by day, every single day. Every book I write, every time I stand before anyone, every broadcast, I want to help 1 million people release purpose in their lives. Won't you help me? Help me see 1 million people release purpose in their lives so that we can add to that number and we can see that number grow. I want to see you live your best life ever. Again, this is me. It's Chiquita L, your life engineer. Don't forget, life is a matter of birth. Living, it's a matter of purpose. I'll see you next time.